but it is not anywhere in there. So let me just switch it over so y'all can hear me tell y'all about how if y'all hit that like button, I'm gonna hit the button every single motherfucking time. But y'all hitting the like button is not the direct topic that you clicked on this video to yap about, or hear me yap about rather, or hear this gentleman yap about, and I respond to his yapping about it. UFC 6. Now, I haven't seen this individual review of UFC 6, and I'm just gonna go off of what I see, but from what I've heard, it ain't looking too good already. But maybe what I heard wasn't accurate. Maybe I wasn't given full information because I didn't look at an in-depth post. But two things. Number one, making a negatively titled video makes you click faster. And the faster you click, the more I go. Because that's good for me. That being said, let's get into this and see, is it actually fucking garbage? Or was I just misinformed? YouTube has been having this weird glitch for like the past year where sometimes it'll do that. It'll just load a video on 0,
I played the UFC 6 beta for 10 hours, tested all the new features, and here are my thoughts. I was gonna plan out a whole script for this video, guys, but I thought, you know what, that's not authentic. I want to just give my genuine opinion. I've literally been taking notes and shit on this game throughout playing, and I'm just gonna go through them and talk about what I think. Also, to be clear, before I get a million comments saying I'm paid by EA or a shill, I'm not at all. I am a game tester though, but I don't let that hold me back from talking shit about the game if I think it's bad. But I genuinely don't think it's bad. Now, I can't show any gameplay, especially on Twitter. There's a lot of gameplay on Twitter, but it's actually NDA.
We're gonna put this on 1.5.
So I can't show.
Don't ask me why it's going fast. It's because I put it in 1.5. It's because I put it in 1.5. Put in a video on 1.5. That's why it's fast.
Yeah, I need to go outside. Everyone is saying it looks like UFC 5 or plays like UFC 5. It is nothing like you. I don't see where that's coming from. Everyone that's saying it plays like or looks like UFC 5 hasn't played the game. They've only given us 5 middleweight fighters, which is really annoying because I want to try more styles because everyone has unique animations. Can't say much, but I know more than the beta, and it is insane how everyone is unique animated. Like, it's unbelievable. I think they actually added Brendan Allen there as well, so there's 6 fighters now. I don't know why Brendan Allen's been added. That is the weirdest decision ever. So yeah, a lot of gameplay has been leaked, and I do have to say, looking at it from an outside view, if you haven't played it, it does look bad. It does look bad, I will say that. But it's people using the default camera, which I think is really shit. I think the default camera, I spoke to the EA guys about this at the time, and they were like, yeah, no, they're trying to get like this new view, like a new game. I just put the wide camera on straight away, and it plays so much better. Fighting like MVP, who's in the game, is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. If you actually...
That's one thing I do agree with. UFC, over Fight Night, I feel it always had a better camera. Because don't get me wrong, the camera in Fight Night, which for those of y'all who don't know, the DNA of UFC is literally Fight Night with takedowns in terms of the systems they have in a game and whatnot. But I've always thought the camera in Fight Night was serviceable and that the UFC camera was way better. So for them to stray away from one of their biggest strengths, I don't know. Because one thing I did notice when I watched the original trailer, I didn't do it on stream, but the number one thing I noticed is it feels like the camera they have now is like the person who's recording is like this against the wall, scared to record, or they got Alzheimer's and all types of arthritis in their wrist, they hand doing this the whole time while they record. And I'll be looking like, yo, bro, just record the fucking gameplay. Like, put that bitch on a tripod, on a zoom pan or something. Like, damn, bro, why you gotta move the camera so much? Right? What are you trying to distract me from?
Spend the time to try to learn it. He has a signature movement that if you use R1, if you're on PlayStation, and flick the right stick up, he does this. I'm gonna do it right now, but he does this walk with his hands down, you know, like this, where he turns his back. If you watch MVP fight, he kind of lunges out of the way. Like this. He does that in the game, and it's unbelievable. The way you can evade strikes with him and then hit them with the straights down the pipe is just...
Oh, okay, I get what he's saying. He basically has an evade maneuver.
It's terrifying. I have squealed countless times. I honestly don't really want to talk about that part of it, but I kind of have to. It's simply because of the new...
I wonder if everybody in the game is gonna have like unique mechanics. Like, for example, he mentioned that his signature move was he puts his hands behind his back as a evade mechanic. Because if I feel like every fighter has a unique mechanic or a unique skill or ability, or even if it's a couple unique types that they use to switch it up and make it so that everybody isn't just playing the same, I think that will be a good thing. Because one complaint I've always had about UFC is after you understand like the basic, oh, hit them in the head and they pretty much instantly go to sleep and you pretty much instantly win. Once you understand that, UFC pretty much becomes a button mash fest for everybody like this, just blocking high, taking stomach shots, because you could take infinitely more stomach shots than headshots. Like, that shit gets real boring in terms of the neutral and the meta and the way that you fight in the game. And being that UFC is played by ball and gun gamers, they don't like to think for themselves. Everybody will play the exact same fucking character the exact same fucking way and do the exact same combos and moves. So I want to know, what are they doing, not only in terms of encouraging you to play different characters, but balance wise, like what's the balance looking like? Which, to be fair, he can't really speak on the balance because, like he said, he only had access to 6 middleweights.
Flow state system that's in the game. The best way of describing it is like an ultimate ability. All it is, for example, Alex Pereira, his flow state is called Tiger, and all curved shots, so hooks, uppercuts, body shot, like uppercuts and hooks, are completely boosted. It's terrifying. He's so good.
Okay.
What it though is that it's forcing you to use the fighters the way they're meant to be used, because to build your flow state, which is really good, you build it faster by using their top strikes and their top moves. So Alex Pereira, for example, has a perk called Reaper. What it is if the other fighter's backing up, if you catch them as they're walking away from you with a kick, like the logo of it's like a hook, and it makes perfect sense because you're like hooking them back in with a kick when they're trying to exit. If you guys are trading and then on the way out, boom, you hit them with a leg kick, it boosts your flow state, and also it's a perk, so it's better for Alex Pereira to do that.
Okay, that's a W. That's what I was looking for. Something to make UFC not just, like I said, you just punch, you just go for the headshots, go for the headshots, go for the headshots. Because, like I said, we already know as soon as this game comes out, somebody's going to find some broken tech with one character and everybody's going to be running that character because niggas don't like to think for their fucking selves. But, like, before we get to that point, when it comes out on day one and it's still fun and it's not everybody spamming the same exact damn thing, I want to know, what is the game going to be like in terms of neutral and stuff like that when you're not playing with loser ass sweat niggas. And it sounds like they have mechanics in there that actually reward skill and understanding fighters' strengths and weaknesses and what they're good and bad at in their moveset. So that's W number 1 for UFC. I feel like it neutrals out because they was in a negative with that camera, with the new camera that they was doing, and he even said, like, yeah, that new camera, the angle they doing, that shit is fucking terrible. He was like, yo, I reached out and told, y'all need to change that shit. That shit sucks. But if they go back to like the regular UFC camera, that's like one of the better realistic fighting sim cameras on the market, period. And if this mechanic works as intended, as he's explaining it, this shit is neutral. It's 1-1 right now. Game up, ball in your court, ball up top, dog.
Well, which is really cool because it is Robert Whittaker's main flow state perk. So when you enter flow state with Robert Whittaker, the kicks at the end of the combos and stuff, catching them is just so unbelievable. It does a lot of damage. There has been 5 fighters. I haven't really used Hamza as much because there's no new grappling, honestly. The grappling's the exact same, which I don't like. There's a new cage, like butterfly position though, which
I like the grappling.
So there is something.
Well, the last UFC I played was
I haven't really tried it simply because I don't know how to do it, and there's no like move button set. Like, they're not telling us any moves. I like betas. They're really fun. They can be very glitchy. That's another thing, is like there's a lot of glitching going on with some shots and some takedowns and all. So there's definitely a lot of bugs they need to fix. But I'm a game tech, also the community can.
Yeah, I will say that is one thing that ruined the last couple UFCs, especially UFC 5. Like, UFC 5 on launch was so glitchy, I don't even know if it ever recovered, because like, you'd punch somebody and their fucking skull would fly to the back of the ring, but the rest of their body would be in the ring, and then their skeleton would face with the wall. Like, all types of goofy ass glitches would happen. So like, I do want to know how much QA and testing they're actually gonna do, and how much time are they giving people to actually like fix stuff. Because if this beta came out within, let's say, the last month, right now it's the 11th of May as I'm recording this. Hold on, can I bring down my calendar down here? Yeah, as I'm recording this, it's the 11th of May, and this shit is supposed to drop sometime in like the middle of June. So that's like 3-4 weeks to bug test and bug fix and stuff like that. And what I always say with betas to games is, I don't like when a game has a beta and the game is coming out 1, 2, 3 months down the line. I like to see alphas and betas for games a year before release. Like, this shit ain't coming out till next year, and we'll have in private betas where we're letting content creators talk about it. That's what I like to see. This shit is getting betas and it's about to come out in a month. Whatever glitches you see in there, now they 2-1, because whatever glitches you see in there might just be a good handful of those being release glitches.
Can report feedback back to them, so I'm sure they're gonna fix that all. I hope it is EA after all. What I love is the heavy, fast, and efficient strikes that I've seen. So
that just backs up what I was saying even more. See how as soon as I said the last UFC dropped glitchy as fuck, and I paused and talked about the glitches. He said it is EA, so you can report it all you want, but they might just not have enough time to do anything.
For example, DDP, Drickus, he has a fast body uppercut. That's one I've actually really liked. So if I jab them, I can go bang really fast. He's not winding it up like a big heavy shot. He's more just sticking it into them really fast, and that's how he does it in real life. So it's cool that they've added that. But then his rear roundhouse to the head is heavy because in real life we all know he wings that shit from, like, you know, Drickus by plot armor type shit, goofy looking head kick, and he does that in the game. But it means that fast punches probably do less damage but are faster, like, and it's more realistic to the fighter. And then heavy punches take longer to throw or more telegraphed, but will do a shit.
Fork found in kitchen, like what?
And then efficient was the other one, which I'm still trying to learn, but his cross, like his straight, was efficient, and it's because Drickus in real life's constantly hitting them with straights down the pipe. And I think efficient might mean that it might not take a lot of stamina or something, and you can throw it a lot, and it'll just be consistent. I think that's what it means. But I really like that they've specified and made a difference between like fast, efficient, and heavy. About the flow states, yeah, we've seen 5 fighters, or Brendan Allen now, I'm sure hasn't.
One thing I also do want to know is, is there gonna be like an informational spread, layout page, whatever, etc., where they actually explain this shit, or are you just gonna have to magically figure out this shit? Because they might see his signature moves as one thing, and the people who's playing might see his signature moves as another thing. So if you kind of just have to fucking guess all this shit, that's one thing I do want to know. Like, how well are they gonna be informing people on everybody's mechanic? Like, what's that move list page looking like?
Alex Pereira's terrifying, like I said earlier, but it's kind of like he should be busted because he's Alex Pereira. The flow states overall are visually a bit,
also, is the overall system coming back?
It's a video game. Everyone has different opinions. It's a video game in my opinion. It should be fun. I like arcadey stuff. I do think for betas, especially
I do
FIFA,
too.
UFC 5, I think UFC 4, no, I wasn't here actually for UFC 4 beta. What am I talking about? UFC 5 beta though, it was a lot faster than what happened, or what the game was when it came out. So I think they're going to do the same, that they've sped up the beta, and that the main game's going to be a little slower probably. The impact and the punches are unbelievable as well. I really like that you can completely clean them down the pipe. Like it will really
UFC
impact them. 5 impact as well. It's really good.
I remember 3. I liked how fast it was.
This game. MVP's a lot better than he should be though, than he is in real life in the game. Oh, he's so fun. He's so unique. I think the spins and stuff are a lot harder. It's kind of like the controls are like a mix of UFC 4 and 5, which I like. It feels a bit more challenging to throw crazy shit. Like you really have to prepare to throw it, which kind of makes sense. So I like that. I'm just looking at my notes here. Grappling hasn't changed much at all. The controls are different. Reach is cracked. Oh, the crowds chant the name, which is really cool. I like that. When I was playing as Alex Pereira, the crowd's going Shama, 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 which is a little funny detail. I like that. I like that a lot. And finally, what I wanted to talk about, and I'm not sure other creators might talk about this. Everyone's been diving into the gameplay, but I went through the menus and everything's blocked except another game mode that I don't think anyone is talking about. They probably are talking about it, but I don't know. That is gym. It's a whole new kind of system that the game has called gym, right? I first seen gym and that you hire trainers and stuff and thought, oh, for fuck's sake, what have they done? Yeah, what have you done? But it actually is really, it's just such a simple aspect I really like. In your gym, right, put simply, you have trainers, right? You have your gym, you have your roster of UFC fighters, and you can hire fighters to come to your gym and you basically have them unlocked, and now you have that fighter in your gym.
I also want to know, are they bringing back the custom character thing? Because I feel like that matters a lot.
But you unlock trainers by leveling up just by playing the game. In any game mode, the more trainers you get, the better they are, or like the higher level they are, and the better they are at getting a fighter. That's how I'm gonna explain it. For MVP, for me to unlock him into my gym, which I'm gonna explain what happens by the way when you get them in your gym. It's really simple and I really like it. For me to get MVP in my gym, I can try go for him and try get him, like unlock him in my gym, but it's like 5% chance that I get him if I try to unlock him, right? But if I play fights against MVP, if I win fights with MVP in any game mode, all of a sudden I'm completing his challenges and it's making him easier to unlock. If I try get him, it'll be like you send your trainer to try get him and you pretend you have like a 60% chance to unlock him. But what I really like is, so I got MVP eventually. I did it some like I met the criteria. Basically, that's the right words to get him. I got my trainer in the gym to unlock him, and now on my account forever, I have MVP in my roster. Basically, not that type of roster. And what it is every time I use MVP, I level him up. And like an actual level now. So you know they have your account level. Your fighters now have a level, and it is not stat based at all. It's only cosmetics, and this is what I love. By leveling up MVP, I unlock.
Okay, I was about to say what does it affect? Because if he didn't say that, I was about to be like, oh my fucking god, is this 2K? Is this like how 2K VC, you gotta create builds with your fighters and shit like that? But if it's just cosmetics, then that's a W, I guess. That's a W, I guess.
Like different shorts for maybe different versions of them. They talked about alter egos being changed to skins. I think the skins aren't going to be stat based, they're just going to be appearance based. So maybe if you level up Alex Pereira enough, you unlock like him from a different fight or something, if you get me. And what I love is like when you fight against someone and they have a really high ranked Alex Pereira, you can tell because they obviously are ranked like 20 on them. You can see the badge. Maybe they have a different alter ego look version of them. They have different shorts on them. You know, maybe their banner's Alex Pereira. You unlock a lot of cosmetics dedicated to that fighter. And if I read it right in the gym, this is for every single fighter in the game when it launches. Boys, we are getting a level max 100 Sam Alvey if he's in UFC 6. Like this is going to be unbelievable. But overall, guys, the UFC 6 beta, this was just a chatting video, pretty easy video. I think the beta, I really like it. I can understand if you don't like it. There's definitely things that if you are looking for a certain type of game, you might not like.
Okay, so out of what he said, just to distill it down, the positives I'm getting is that in terms of gameplay, they added a new major mechanic that rewards skill, and in terms of the punches and strikes, they've added more I don't want to say balance, but for lack of better words, they've balanced it out so that instead of you just punching people in the face until they go to sleep, or just grabbing them so that their arms can't go up all the way and then punching them in the face, they're making actual rewards for using different types of strikes, especially when a certain fighter has a special type of strike that they're good at. They reward you for playing neutral for those moves specifically. I like that idea and those two mechanics, but number one is EA, so we already know they're gonna microtransaction the fuck out of it. And number two, I don't know if y'all picked up on this as hard as I did, but again, he said the shit was very glitchy, and let me remind you, when I'm recording this, it is 5/11, the 11th of May, and this shit comes out in June sometime, the middle of June, I believe. Even if it's late June, that's still about a month to bug test and bug fix with internal QA testing and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of that stuff will probably get fixed here and there, but largely, I'm predicting that shit will not be fixed. It will be the exact same shit when the game comes out. Moving on to different topics. GTA 6 hopefuls encouraged by Sony to upgrade to PS5 now. Knowing who I am, y'all know I'm gonna have fun with this one, but let's read through the article first. PlayStation is writing to PS4 owners, blah blah blah, seemingly targeting players with GTA 6 on their wish list and PS4 players who spent a lot of time with GTA 5. PlayStation's brief message reads, okay, where is it? I mean, I could kind of surmise most of that. I want to see the picture itself. Grand Theft Auto is on your wish list. Get a PS5 today and be ready for when GTA 6 launches on November 19th. Blah, blah, blah. Upgrade now to PS5. Which one do I want to use to go on this rant for? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to, hit that zoom button. You know exactly what move. Actually, we're gonna go with breaking news first. Breaking news! If you wait, hold up. I got y'all. If you want to play Grand Theft Auto 6 and you still on PS4, Sony told you to upgrade. And to me, this sounds like breaking news! If you want to play a new game, you should do it on a new console. Oh my gosh, I never would have thought of this. I never would have guessed it. If you want to use new software, you should do it on, not even at this point cutting edge, because the shit is like 6 years old, current edge technology. My mind has been blown. Oh my gosh. Like Sony, I feel like when it comes to ball and gun gamers, they're the only set of gamers that you have to constantly beg to fucking upgrade their shit so that they can get better. Like, but when it comes to telling niggas to upgrade to PS4, it's like your homeboy that comes every day and gets punched in the face by his girlfriend that is living on his dime, that is like half his size. You be like, yo dog, break up with her and kick her out. And he's sitting there, no, I don't wanna. You get to a certain point to where you like, hey man, I tried to help you. It's but so much I could do before I just gotta look at you and say, so you wanna be there. And like, let me go in some more on these fucking PS4. And also, I want to state, because whenever I start talking about the PS4, it's like a lot of you niggas just turn stupid, and I forgot reading comprehension levels are down. So sometimes I got to state common sense. When I am talking about, when I am talking about the PS4, I'm not talking about the dude with 3 kids that gotta buy $500 worth of groceries every 2 weeks. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the niggas that got no responsibilities in life but don't want to get a PS5 but want to complain that nothing is coming to their hardware that released in 2013. Do you realize that your console's a goddamn middle schooler? We need the clown music for this nigga. Your console's a middle schooler, nigga. Why do you want GTA 6 to come to that console? You want GTA 6 to come to your PS4 so that as soon as you boot the game up, you gonna hit a PlayStation beep. Your whole neighborhood done blown the fuck up. But back to it. GTA 5 players are so insufferable. Sony themselves have to tell you to get a PS5. Let the PS4 the fuck go. Why are you still sitting there with a PS4? You know it's the only way we could get niggas to get off of PS4. You know it's the only way we could get the PS4 onto the PS5. We need to start teaching more women that if your man got a PS4, he's fucking broke. If you about to give a nigga some cut, ask him to pull up his PlayStation profile and see what console all his game is for. If he got a library full of PS4 games, no PS5 games, you need to close that clamshell and go. Don't give them niggas nothing. Because you know when it comes to the PS4, the only logic they operate off of is, but I still get bitches though, because you know them niggas broke. So you better not say, but I still got money though. Because if you really had money, you'd have a PS5 by now. So their logic is, but I still get bitches though. Bitches need to close their legs whenever they find out that nigga got a PS4. The prerequisite shouldn't be, at least he gonna hit. The prerequisite should be, at least he got a PS5. This nigga, all this nigga play is 2K all day, every day, and because they keep releasing 2K for PS4, this nigga won't get the fuck off PS4. I'm telling you, more the tutis, more the baddies, start telling niggas, before you fuck, I don't care about condoms and none of that. I'm a nasty nigga. I'm gonna raw dog you anyway. I mean, well, other way around. I'm gonna let you raw dog anyway. Download the PlayStation app and sign in. Let me look at your library, nigga. I'm telling you, a lot more niggas' heart will drop to their ass and they will get that PS5 way sooner. You're welcome. I just solved the problem of niggas not upgrading. I just solved it. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm like Mother Teresa or some shit, or Muhammad Gandhi without the racism. I'm telling you, the PS4, they really make me fucking mad. Because the thing about a lot of the PS4 is them niggas don't even be having no bills. Nigga, you got a phone bill and that's it. You ain't got no rent, no none of that. And your hobby is gaming and you don't want to get the latest gaming console. Like, I'm not telling you to upgrade your GPU, CPU every 5 years, every 3 years. It's been 10 years, my nigga. Let it the fuck go. You know what's the difference between, I'm about to drop a gem for y'all. You know what's the difference between loyalty and being stuck in a past? Being stuck in a past means that you can't let go of something that's hurting you. Loyalty means you're sticking by somebody because you respect them. You're not loyal to that PS4. You're stuck in a past. Mentally, you're still 16. You're still jumping down with a parachute in a tomato town. Grow up, nigga. And again, because I have to say this, when I'm talking about the PS4, I'm not talking about the people who are in college. They're a broke college student that can't even play their console anyway, so they just play their PS4 to kill time sometimes in between classes to relax. And they don't have money though for the PS5. I'm not talking about you niggas. I'm talking about the niggas that could have the money, but because they're fucking stupid and all they do is buy 2K VC, they don't.
Get the fuck out of here!
But moving on to my next topics and the next things on the agenda. Invincible versus Deluxe Edition content improved and some DLC costume prices decreased from player feedback. Yeah, I was going to talk about this, but I looked at the PSN store and I don't fucking notice. I still see $10 skins. Get them niggas out of here. This one, control, I kind of just wanted to look at because it looked kind of fucking cool. Like, if you're also looking forward to 007 First Light, This controller looks cool as fuck. Just kind of wanted to show it off because it looks fucking fire. And we appreciate the arts around this bitch. I wanted to talk about this, but this is something I kinda want to quickly go over. The Mixtape Studio says the game has no streamer mode because its licensed music is its soul. A number of modern games feature a streamer mode, one of those being Lost Records Bloom and Rage, in their settings, which removes licensed music or replaces it with streaming approved music so that players can stream it on sites like Twitch, free promotion, without being flagged for audio copyright infringement. I'm gonna talk about this in a second. Mixtape, however, which released the day this article was written, didn't have a streamer mode, which may concern some streamers given the game's soundtrack is full of licensed music from the 80s and 90s. The game's developer, Beethoven and Dinosaur, has now posted a statement on Zitter via... Okay, let's look at that. Let me see. Maybe they got some type of logic in their shit that I don't... that maybe I wasn't considering. Mixtape, why no streamer mode? Okay, that doesn't work like that. So open image, new tab, exit out of that. You got a few questions about why Mixtape has no streamer mode. It's a fair question. Mixtape is about music, it's about Devo, it's about Smashing Pumpkins, Lush, and blah blah blah. It's about how you can feel when you listen to Iggy Pop. The characters talk about the songs, the levels are designed around the songs. We couldn't change the songs, we couldn't replace them, we just couldn't. If you wanted to stream Mixtape and cannot because of this, we truly are sorry, but as David Gray says in Shine, your soul is the one thing you can't compromise, but music is the soul of Mixtape. Maybe there's more context, because I'm about to call these niggas fucking stupid in a second. According to the studio, the licensed music is so integral to the game that removing it... Okay, we got a few questions. The characters talk about the songs, the levels are designed... Okay, it just repeats the statement. We're gonna watch that in a second. Where videos... please, let's go to videos so I can pull up this Batman shit. My fucking god. Make it show F-A-T-M-A-N. How fucking far back is it? Batman. Okay, so y'all just gonna have to deal with the fucking whenever I talk about it. Because if this shit is longer than 3 months ago, I don't care. Yeah, this shit is 4 days ago. What the fuck? Anyway. Okay. Actually, this is not even something to be mad about. This is a teachable moment. What do I want to play for a teachable moment? I know what I'm gonna play. This is a very teachable moment, I feel like. Because I haven't played Mixtape, right? So I'm not gonna say that the game is ass, but... Okay, let me do it like this. Anyone who wants to stream Mixtape, be warned. You will be getting smacked with the YouTube copyright dick. If you want to make any type of content on Mixtape, just go ahead and throw the idea of making money clean the fuck out the window. Because the developers had this bright ass idea to not include a streamer mode because they don't want to fuck with the soul of the game and blah blah blah. And from an artistic standpoint, I'm not gonna argue with that. I understand that, I get that, I respect that. But if I was a part of the marketing team, I would say, okay, if you're gonna do that, that's fine. Since we have the license to use the music commercially, we gotta advertise the life out of this game. There need to be ads on traditional TV, on Twitch, on YouTube. We need to put ads about this everywhere, and we need to make a list of streamers and content creators that we pay to like stream and play this game for X amount of hours or whatever. Because when it comes to making money playing this game as a content creator, it's not viable. And then here's another perspective I want y'all to think about. So when it comes to games in this vein, the main way that games in this vein get advertising is through sites like Twitch, YouTube, so on and so forth. If you play copyrighted music during your stream on YouTube, midstream, suddenly your shit is gonna get straight into the ether. YouTube's gonna hit you with that, get the fuck out of here, in the middle of whatever what you doing. So you're making it so that people who want to play this game for their audience and share this experience with their audience can't. So that's why I said, whatever marketing money y'all have, y'all better double it, because the free marketing that you would get from stuff like YouTube and stuff like that by having a streamer mode, you already threw into the trash. Because one thing I always want to say is, I feel like in gaming, well, not even I feel like, there's data to back this up. The two biggest sources of advertisement aren't ads. It's piracy and content creators. And you already took content creators out of the equation. So now the only other form of advertising you have in terms of the top most effective ones is piracy. And piracy is the worst type of advertising in most situations, especially for single player games, because if you pirate a single player game, once you beat that game, that's it. You delete the game, you never think about it, the developer never gets a fucking dime. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying this game is dead, I'm not saying this game is ass, I'm not saying it's bad, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, this is a stupid ass decision. Because somebody like me who's a smaller content creator who's just gonna get dicked down by the content ID system literally can't play this game. Now to keep it going with some news about games, let's watch this launch trailer for Lego Batman. I'm Batman. Apparently this comes out either this month or next month. Oh God, I hope this game is less than 10 hours so I could finish, because I'm playing more Mouse PI today. I hope this game is less than 10 hours so I could play this after Mouse PI probably. Because I wanted to play Meat Boy, but I think I missed the mark on that one. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't what I think it is.
More than just a man.
The Flying Grissons. If that's how what they use to explain his costume, that's way better than Batman's dumbass, I want to attract the bullets some explanation. Why you send your son out in the field to get fucking shot with this bright ass, yellow birdie ass costume? That's crazy logic when you really think about it. See, this right here, why I be saying that the idea of Batman is fucking crazy. Like, imagine, hold on, let me put it on screen. Where was it? I don't know, I lost my point, fuck it. If it pops back up, I'll say it.
Then you become something else. Entirely.
This better not be fucking copyright. This better be like a remix or some shit. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff in terms of gameplay from this game, but I'm not really seeing a lot of good stuff in terms of humor. I feel like this Lego game is about to take itself way more serious. Because like everything I'm seeing about this game, like even in this trailer, I'm seeing is mostly combat based. I haven't seen a single lick of comedy. And when I play Lego mixes to games, that's what I play it for. The comedy, the goofy fun, the simple gameplay where I can kind of just turn off my game and just play the game and do whatever the fuck. And probably throw some co-op in the mix too. Excuse me. I'm totally just beating this shit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just trying not to get a copyright strike, cause me no like.
He thinks he works alone, but there's always someone there by his side.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like the graphics in this shit are looking clean. Like I don't care, like I understand why the PC requirements for this game were so high on medium when they were saying you basically need 16 gigabytes of RAM to play this bitch, which thank God I got 32 gigabytes of RAM when I built my PC, because niggas was telling me left and right, oh, all you need is 16, all you need is 16. You niggas wish you would have brought 16 back then, don't you? Bro, yeah, 522, that's how long ago? I mean, oh my God, This game drops next week. Oh my good. Oh, it's somebody somewhere seizuring. There's no good games to play. Nigga, here's one right here. This finna be an amazing banger. I'm not saying this finna be straight up game of the year, but this will probably take a nomination for action game of the year. Oh my goodness, we just getting blessed. Gym after gym after gym, nigga. This shit looks like it's finna be fire. 007 look like it's finna be fire. Mixtape, even though that game is unstreamable, look like it's finna be fire. Fucking Meat Boy was fire. Goddamn Kyron, don't forget that came out this year. That was fucking fire. Like, oh my god. There's so many amazing, beautiful games coming out every goddamn day. What an amazing time to be a gamer. Give it up for game developers. Banger after banger is dropping all the time, and even if we start counting like indie games and early access games and shit like that, nigga, Slay the Spire is doing crazy fucking numbers. Even though I don't like that game, a lot of people have been loving the shit out of Crimson Desert. Like, oh my god, banger after banger, nigga. Banger after banger, nigga. Gamers are blessed. Like, I remember when I was jittery, it was hard to find good games to play. Way harder to find good games to play. Nowadays, it's so hard to find a good game to play. Not because there's a bunch of bad games, but because it's really hard to advertise your game and make it stand out against all these other amazing experiences that we got out here now, to the point to where it's like, look, man, niggas wallets is hurting. Niggas is grabbing their side going, every time, every damn month, because there's so many great games to play. That's why I said gamers are starting to be more racist towards what types of games they play, because there's so many great games out. You got but so much time, and even if you got all the time in the world, that means you're a broke ass PS4 nigga, so you know you ain't got the fucking money to buy all this shit. So you gotta compromise somehow.